winners 2020 to 2025. And then I have taken Sampak Bank and then 2020 to 2025. On the last one I have taken Commercial Bank 2020 to 2025. So it is called as the what is it? Panel data set. In the given example, we have collected the data regarding countries. How many countries here? More than the 50 countries. China from 2020 to 2020, 15. So then foreign direct investment and then trade, GDP, and likewise all the economical data. So then again we move to the China again, another sector, Singapore. Likewise, from 2020 to 2015, from the 50 countries, it is called as the whole data set. So normally, if you are dealing with, it is called as panel data set. Normally, if you are dealing with the second data, you are going with the panel data set. Panel data set. If it is so, you have the chance to run the OLS regression or the panel regression. Panel regression. Definitely, we will be learning about these things in deep in the next year or next semester, at least where XP. But for the moment, we will just identify how we can run a simple regression with the given data. Right? So then I will run the regression analysis for the cross-sectional data set. For the cross-sectional data set as well as the panel data, both data sets we have the chance to go with the regression analysis. Right? We are in the process of developing the regression analysis or else moving towards the regression analysis. First thing is you need to develop the model, then you have to develop the hypothesis. Hypothesis means what you mean by the hypothesis? A testable statement. Now we are going to test that statement and have the numerical data based on the collected data set. Just as you have collected data set for this. Okay. By looking at this data set, develop the research topic quickly. So what are the variables? Variables, tell me the variables here. Same data set. Okay. Tell me the variables here. Salary, education, experience, and the gender. 100 respondents. Tell me the research topic. Even if just research topic for by looking at these variables. How education, experience, and then the gender impacting to determine the salary of the individual. So therefore, you can take it as a determinants of salary, right? Or else factors affecting to determine the salary. Or else you can take it as a the impact of education, experience, and gender to the individuals or employees salary. So this based on the variables you can come with the research topic. I hope it's clear to you. Normally for the data set we are first starting with the which variable, independent or dependent variable. Dependent variable. First we include the data regarding dependent variable. So then after we are going to include data regarding the dependent variable. Right. Normally, we are going to analyze the data set with this data tab. Here, there should be a analysis tool tab, right? It's not there, so therefore, you need to include it. Again, If you are laptops, it doesn't include the analysis tool bank. You have to include the file, more, options, add-ins. Once after click on add-ins, analysis tool bank, the first one, analysis tool bank, and then Excel add-ins. Go. So then you can select the analysis tool bank. So then okay. So then you can identify the data analysis tab here. Right now we are going to analyze the data set in the tab. Data analysis. So let's see here, even the Excel is a individual or it's a one Microsoft application, it includes a lot of varieties of the data analysis technique. See here, ANOVA 1, way ANOVA 2, way ANOVA, histograms, descriptive statistic, correlational, and then the moving average. All of the lot of techniques, simple techniques can be done by the Excel sheets. Therefore, we go with the regression analysis. So see here, it's regression analysis. Right? Click on OK. So then you have to include the Y range. Y means the dependent variable. Click here. So then you give the data set for the dependent variable. Can anyone support on this? Comment and this. I can't close it. USB camera must So this is the output that we have derived regarding the regression analysis. We include three components. See here, we include three components. The first one regression statistic, the other one ANOVA statistic, and the last one coefficients, right? So this, if you go to the past paper, so this set of questions has been tested in examination, and the question number 5 actually, because why this is the data analysis statement, right? So see here, three components, regression, ANOVA, and the coefficients, right? So now you have research model, right? So what is your research model? Y equals beta 0 plus beta 1 x1 into the AF, right? So regarding our result, so what's our result? In the particular example, determinants of salary, or else how the education, experience, gender impacting for the salary. So now, based on these empirical evidence, based on these real data, how we can identify real model. What you have developed so far, that's the expected one. Now you have to put the numbers. How we can put the numbers? For what we are going to substitute the numbers? Beta 1 and beta 2, beta 3. Right? So then based on the data set, how we can interpret, or else how we can write down the results model here. What's our research topic? Determinants or factors affecting for the if you can write it with me, that is better, right? So I'm going to explain the entire steps and the interpretation toward this question. Right. Factors affecting for salary. We take the determinants. For simplification purpose, again, I will take the topic here. The impact of experience, education, the impact of education, experience, and gender and salary. Right. So this is the research. We have collected the data, so then empirical evidences are here, right? So what may be my model? Salary. What may be my model? Salary equals beta 0. Beta 0 plus, I have three variables, so then beta 1 into education. So then E, education, right? Plus beta 0, let's take EX. Third variable, beta 3, gender, D plus electron. So this is our model that we have developed. Right. Okay. So then, how many hypotheses may be there? How many hypotheses may be there? Three hypotheses. What are the three hypotheses? Quickly write down the hypotheses for this one. Three hypotheses. How I can write this one? H1. H1, what is it? There is a relationship between, there is a significant relationship with significant impact of education, significant impact of education on salary, that is H1. Second one, H2, right? So what is H2? What is H2? There is a significant impact of significant impact of experience on salary. Good. Right. I hope you are writing it with me. So then we'll take any adjustment here. Here, in between the significant and impact, we incorporate the word positive. Positive. Same as the H2, significant positive impact. How we can identify that positive impact? So this is the sign. We assume that if we are changing education by 1 unit, it may be positively impacting for the salary. So if we are changing the experience by 1 unit, it may be positively impacting for the salary. The last one, if we are changing the gender, it may be positively impacting for the gender. Right. So then H3. How you can develop H3? Quickly develop H3. What is 3? There is a significant positive impact of gender on salary. So this is the third hypothesis, right? Okay. So these are the hypotheses that we are going to develop before testing. Now, okay. So which reflect H1, H2 and H3? This is H1, H2 and the third one H3. Right. So I will do this again. Now tell me how we can identify whether we are going to accept these hypotheses and how we can develop our search model. Have you heard the significant level and the confidence level in the statistics? You should. Significant and the confidence level. So what is it? Confidence level and the significant level. What is confidence level? In the hypothesis testing, we have Confidence level and significant level. Confidence level plus significant level. What is the confidence level? Hypothesis testing. When we are doing the hypothesis testing, if you remember this one, you have the confidence level and the significant levels. When we are making the significant level, we are the chance to have what that. Okay. Regarding the significant level and the confidence level, when we are doing the hypothesis testing, what we are doing, we are the one other regression analysis, we are testing the hypothesis. You have to consider about the significant levels and the high confidence level. Confidence level reflecting the chance of the being correct the answer, and significant level reflect the chance of being what happened. There is a chance of for what? To මොකටද? මේ answer එක මොකක් වෙන්නද? To be a higher තියෙන chance එක මනින්නේ කාගෙද? Confidence level එකේ then significant level කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? මොකක්ද? To be a wrong answer is to be a wrong answer. Therefore, we are taking 1 equals always confidence level plus the significant level. I hope you remember this one. You already identified. Confidence level, we have 3 confidence levels, 5, the other one 10, and the last one 1%. If it is so confident level, meaning here 95%, here 90, and the last one it is 99. Right? So you have the chance as a researcher, you have the chance to select either 5, 10, or 1% significant level. Right? Therefore, this is up to you as a researcher. Right? So then we have by default normally we are taking 95 confidence level plus the 5% significant level. This is the normally taken one for the regression, but you have the chance to change that one as well based on the literature review. Right. Okay, so that is something else. So now based on that one, we are going to identify whether we need to accept or reject our hypothesis. Right. First, before moving to that one, we will develop our research model, actual model. Right? How we can develop the actual model? Coefficients. These are coefficients. Right? Intercept and then education, experience, and gender. So these are the coefficients and the slope of the curve. So therefore, we can develop our formulized salary equal. So our constant value is how much? Minus 5,894. Right? Coefficient or a slope of education is how much? 2,120. Is that a positive or negative one? Positive. So therefore, plus 2,120.36. So what is our variable? Right? Second variable, that is experience. Right? So what is the coefficient? What is the slope? 4,000, 4,102. Is that a positive or negative one? Positive. Plus. So what's our variable? Experience. So we can take it as a yes. Third variable is the gender. Right? Slope is 1,792. What's our variable gender? G, and then is that a positive or negative? That's a positive. Plus common term, the other term. Right? So this is how we can develop our actual model based on the derived data. Right? So what's our model here? What's our model that we have already developed? As I remember, salary equals A or beta 0 plus beta 1 into E plus beta 2 into EX plus beta 3 into gender plus error term. Right? So this beta reflecting what? Coefficient. How we can derive this coefficient? Coefficients. Right? That means third part of the model. This is third part of the model which derives the coefficients. Right? So based on these empirical data, you have the chance to develop your research model. Right. Hope it is okay. Right. Correct. Correct. You need to write down those things. Yeah, big down. Are they going to come and say I don't want to get a I don't want to get a statistical technique. We order something. If I live in if I live in value of your whole quantitative stats, you see that it's we currently hard when whenever we are video it for that So now we develop the model. Next one we identify its stars. We'll identify whether we can accept the hypothesis or not. Right? That's the second task. So how we can identify whether we can accept or reject it with develop hypothesis. How? If the p values, right? If the p values are lesser than the identified significant level. What is the significant level that we have taken? 5. We have taken 5% significant levels. significance level. Confidence level then 95 confidence level. Okay. Whether we can accept or reject on the hypothesis definitely based on p-values. If the p-value is lesser than the significant level, in our case 5, you have to accept that hypothesis. Right? Intercept, we are not considering on the intercept hypothesis. We don't have the intercept hypothesis. So we have three hypotheses. Which one is true and here is true. Right. Elucidation hypothesis. Is it below that? Is the p-value is below than 0.05? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. So then we can accept the first hypothesis. Why? It is less than 0.05, which confirms significant impact, plus it is positive. We develop a positive significant. Coefficient from the positive impact. Right? Positive impact. So therefore, we can accept the first hypothesis. Why? P value is less than 0.05 again, and the coefficient is positive. Right. The second one, right? Regarding the second hypothesis, do we need to accept or reject it? Yes, how we can identify basically? P value should be lesser than 0.05. Is it lesser than 0.05? No. Lesser than, not lesser than 0.05, which represents insignificant impact. Right? If it is lesser than 0.05, it is significant. If it is higher than 0.05, that is insignificant. Not a polynomial criteria is insignificant. So then, is that a positive or negative? Positive. It's positive, but it's insignificant. So therefore, you need to reject the second hypothesis. Second hypothesis needs to be rejected. Third hypothesis, p-value is lesser than 0.05. Am I right? No. Why? This is 0.6. It is higher than 0.05. Insignificant. But relationship is positive. But basically, it's insignificant. So therefore, we need to accept or reject. Reject the hypothesis. This is the basic criteria. If the p-value is lesser than 0.05, it confirms the significant impact. So therefore, you need to accept it. If it is an insignificant one, you have to reject the hypothesis. Is it clear? Clear part of the accept or not, part of the radina, reject or not. Plus, you need to consider what the coefficient plus 10 minus and square. Even it is a plus, even it is a confirm the positive relationship, but it is insignificant, you need to reject it. First, you will not insignificant number reject it. Clear? Okay, so then out of the three hypotheses, how many hypotheses you can accept? One hypothesis, that is the first one. There is a significant impact, significant positive impact of the education on the side. Significant negative accept significant negative. Consider basically expect highly develop first stage. Violation justified. Okay. Accept that. Basically accept that. Insignificant criteria accept Now tell me, what is the meaning of this one? 2120. What's the meaning of 2120? 2120. If you change the education by 1 unit, how much of salary are going to be changed? 2100. Right? If you change the experience by 1 unit, your salary may be changed by 4100. Right? So this is the explanation regarding the slopes. So or else the beta values. So these are beta values. Beta values. Right. Individual or hypothesis accept or reject, we identify. So once after you accept the hypothesis, can you give the recommendation based on this hypothesis acceptance or rejection? Can you? Out of these three hypotheses, we select the one where we accept the first hypothesis. Can you, based on that acceptance, can you give the recommendations? Yes or no? Yes, we can. How? We can ask the management to improve the organizational employees education level, so which is ultimately towards the increasement of every manager like the in-person fund increasement of sorry, education increase sorry, I do not hear not well. We accept the hypothesis number one, which confirm which when the salary when the education levels increases, salary also increases. But experience, even you were 10 years or 20 years, what happened? Is that impacting for the salary increasement based on the findings? Therefore, we can always ask the employees based on these empirical evidences to increase their educational experience. So therefore, sometimes you may ask the recommendation based on the hypothesis for a 5 question. So then based on the hypothesis acceptance and rejections, you need to provide the recommendations. Okay? An important two statistics, right? R square. Right? R square and the adjusted R square. Right. So adjusted R square, we are first considering the R square, but more than the R square, adjusted R square is the very important statistical technique that we can identify overall model significance. Right. Okay, how much is the R square? That is 68%, 68.3%. What this denotes? What this denotes? The identified factors: education, experience, and gender explain 68.3% variation in the salary. Again, the identifying factors, education, experience, and gender explain 68.3% variation in salary. So then, do we have unidentified factors in the model? Yes or no? Yes, we have, which are impacting directly for the salary. Give me the example for those. Unidentified factors model එක ගන්න නැති factors කියනවාද සරලීකරණ බලපාන තියෙනවා මොනවාද මොනවාද tell me factors what are the unidentified factors which are impacting for the salary employer salary. Performance. What salary one of the depends exactly. Okay. But only area. Market salary range. Market salary range. Okay, good. But attendance. I just oh, attendance. What those are? Did we consider these factors for one? No. So then we have thousands of factors which are not being considered for our research model. So there are 68.39 and right? Right? Right. So then unidentified factors to this research model. Right? Unidentified factors such as performance, KPI, market salary range, and then the attendance are explained in 31.7% variation in the salary. අපි identified කරගන්න factors වලින් 168 හතක් තමයි salary එක වෙනස් වීම අඳුරගන්නේ. හැබැයි ඉතුරු 132 identify කරගන්නේ කවුද? Unidentified factors වල මේ 32 explain කරන්නේ කොහොමද? අපි research එකට ගත්තේ නැති factors. Okay. So then if the adjusted R-square is 10, if the adjusted R-square is 10, right? Is that a good indicator for our research? Yes or no? Those who said yes, raise their hands. Those who said no, raise your hands. No. Yes, raise your hands. No. Good. Right? Why? Identified factors explain 10% variation in the dependent variable salary. So therefore, normally, or else in average, we are considering the at least 50% adjusted R-square should be there to accept it as an overall good research model. Right? That's it. Adjusted R-square. Okay. So you have the practice questions and then integration analysis, description, and then the statistics from the other R-square values are mentioned here. You can go through the notes. Only actually, so this is what we have discussed. I have already discussed the question or the concept with the empirical question that I have given you. Right? Okay. Any questions on the statistics and mechanics? Any questions from this quantitative analysis technique? Yes or no? No. Okay, so then we have a break and come for the paper inspection. Right? Yeah. You all have access to 16 CD past paper, recent past paper. Research method past paper. You have access to past papers, no? We have access 16 CD. Yes. Okay. Research paper, how many credits? 3 credits, right? So therefore, how many hours do you have? 3 hours for the research methodology subject, right? So how many sections? 2 sections. You can download the 16 CD paper from the LMS. Please download it first. Yes, still. CD. Okay, you refer my page, our research methodology page. I have already uploaded it under the revision section. Revision. There. Here the semester 1 intake 16 CD, weekly weekend research methodology paper. How many sections? 2 sections, right? Section A and section B, including 6 questions, right? 6 questions. First question. Did you download? No, not yet. You can't find it? Why? It's there. Revision. Right? 16 CDR paper. Right. So this is the recent paper and yours paper also follows the same content, same structure. How many sections? 2 sections, section A and section B. 6 questions including 6 sections. Section A, you have to answer all the questions, but from section B, you need to select 6, but you need to select 4 questions out of the 5 questions. Right? Normally, question number 1 from section A, that's a compulsory question. You won't need to answer for this one. Otherwise, if you can't answer it for this question, you won't be get the marks. Even you are filling the 4 requirement from section. Therefore, this is a compulsory question. At least you will have 1 mark from the section. So it covers the entire syllabus. Right? Very simple question. This is the fourth concept that you are doing the research methodology subject. That means you have the 3 papers. Right? So you have the same set of questions are there from the entire syllabus, our websites, what is the research team, your conceptual framework, and for the independent variables. Same set of questions are there. It is some variations, but the structure is same. But the thing is, you are going to have a case. So then you have to read the question, read the given case, and answer for the question. Right?
Hello.
Lecture for the first question. Read the first question quickly. Right?
Check the end. Based on the end, we prepare the whole set.
Question number 1. Right? The following abstract is extracted from a research article. So this is the research article actually article. I have derived from the
Initially, 39. Because before the measurement, 2 years gone.
Start from after 2 years.
Yeah.
We also use
Hello.
We calculate the present. 37 balance in the future.
payroll. 37
Huh?
years.
Students,
2039.
Ah.
Should be 39 should be in. Correct?
ಅದನ್ನ ಅಂತ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಟೇನೆ
Right? Against the backdrop of Sri Lankan economic challenges, the study focused on digital financial literacy and investment choices of Generation Z management undergraduates in government universities. Acknowledging the unique financial landscape of the present need for the economic resilience, the research aimed to assess the impact of digital financial literacy on the investment decision of this specific demographic. Research objective, research aim is given to you, right? By addressing the intersection of generation set, digital finance literacy and the investment choices, the study endorsed that provides the valuable insight for tailored financial education initiatives and within the broader economic conditions and challenges faced by the Sri Lanka. So that is the specialty of this research. Normally, given the abstract, when we are writing the abstract, so this is really important for you to write down the proposal abstract as well. So normally we are taking the background sentence. First sentence is regarding the background, and then second sentence onwards, you need to directly provide your research objective. Right? So then you can add the 2 or 3 sentences to highlight the specialty of this research. Right? So faced by Sri Lanka, up to now, this is what they have discussed regarding the practical evidences as well. Yeah. The research employed quantitative survey-based approach to investigate. Now, hereinafter, once after they discuss about the background and other things, now what they are discussing, methodology part, right? So, what is the strategy? Survey-based research strategy. Survey-based strategy. Approaches to investigate the subject. The researchers conduct in-depth analysis using which approach? Deductive approach. And collecting the data on the number of the students in the faculty of management, categorize both here and university. What is the unit of analysis? From whom the researcher collected the data? Exactly, from the undergraduate. So therefore, undergraduate is the unit of analysis. Sample. How much is the sample? 200 undergraduate from Sri Lankan government universities was selected for the study. Data analysis study down utilizing a partial least square regression method faced by the smart PLS 4.0 software. The model reliability and validity were initially established, and the study findings reveal now they are moving towards the findings. Once after they discuss about their analysis, once after they are discussing about their methodology, now the last sentence that is regarding the finding of the study. These findings reveal significant association between digital financial literacy and prospective investment choices among undergraduates, right? So this is the abstract of this case or as a given research. Now you have to cut and paste the answers for 20 marks. Say the purpose of this research. Okay, write down the answers. Exactly, you have already did it. Write down the answers. Quickly, I will give the 10 minutes to write down the answers because I will do this one entirely like the purpose of the question. Therefore, I will use the provide the answer as it is calculated. You go through the 8 question, normally it will be the 8 question or 9 or 10 in between to 10 up. Anyway, the purpose is it covers the entire syllabus. It is now. Okay. Okay. You write the answer, so then you take your books and mark. How much of marks that you can earn out of 20, check it. Then you get is really easy. What you need to do is you practice your proposal and come. That's it. You develop your research proposal and come. So if you already submitted before next time, so therefore you do it best. Then you can get familiar with the concepts. Unlike the other subject, but we are doing it, you are practically doing it. The theory part, you are going to apply. Then, if you are doing the proposal, then you can find the I probably going to take by subject. That is the subject. Plus, you can base for the you can write for the answer for the past papers. The past papers are there. It will be the What are the subjects? Quickly write down the article for the 8 questions. What is the answer for the first one? I mean, so what is the answer for the first one? What's the answer for the first one? Okay, first take your answer. So what is the first answer? Yes, the objective is to identify or else to analyze the impact of digital financial literacy on the investment decision of the specific demographics. Right. So then, yeah, how many marks? 1 mark. Right? 1 mark. Question number 1, sub question number 1, 1 mark. Right? So, here also the same mark, 1 mark. What is second one? Identify the dependent and independent variable. So what is the independent variable? Independent variable, digital financial literacy, and then the dependent variable, investment choices. Right. Third question, we can identify about the practical implications. Right? Practical implications, that means practically how it's significant. Okay? So how it's significant? As per the given assessment, it identified exactly. It identified by addressing the intersection of generation set. Right? So the digital finance literacy investment choices and the study alone provide the valuable insight for the tailored financial implications. Initiatives against the broader economic factors. That means economically it is impacted, and then it identifies the challenges faced by the Sri Lankan context regarding this generation set. Right? So these are the given information. Or else you can customize it and write it down and the answer as well. So these are the some expected answers. You can customize it. How many marks? 4 marks. You need to give the 2 implications, so then 1 is given the 2 marks. Right. So then question number 4 for the conceptual framework, that means there should be there is a conceptual framework question. So they have to based on identify research to develop the conceptual framework, dependent variable in the right hand side, the left hand side, independent variable. So what it is? Digital financial literacy and the dependent variable investment choices. You are going to identify that relationship via the hypothesis number 1. If it is a conceptual framework, there should be a hypothesis as well. Hypothesis as well. You need to name this each and every arrow with a hypothesis. If I ask to write down the hypothesis based on the conceptual framework, how you can write down? Exactly. There is a significant impact of digital financial literacy on the investment choices. Right. Okay. 2 marks. For this one, 1 mark. For this one, 1 mark. Right. So then, section 5, what it has? Population for the study. Right? Especially given to us. What's the population? Generation, strength, management undergraduates where it only the government university. So that is the population. 2 marks. Right. Just you need to identify these all the facts and figures are included in the abstract. What we can do is to read it very carefully and complete it also. Right. So then question number 6, subsection 6, for the 4 marks, it identify what sort of analysis technique that you can use to measure the reliability. Right? So what are measurement techniques? We identify the data collection lesson, composite reliability, and what is the other one? Cone branch alpha. Both values should be higher than 0.7. Cone branch alpha and the other one, composite reliability should be higher than 0.7. Composite reliability and then the cone branch alpha. Don't worry, I will upload this with entire marking screen with the marks. You don't need it, no? Right. So then the other one. 7th section, right? You need to identify the analysis techniques, right? Suggest analysis techniques for this sort of analysis. So you can suggest. So this is my suggestion. Since it is regarding the impact, the analysis is the regression analysis. But if it is a time series data, you can suggest the time series analysis. If it is a relationship, you can suggest for the correlation analysis. You have, if it is a factor analysis, it is regarding the factor analysis, you can analyze the factors as well. We discussed it today. If we need to identify the difference between one group, you can suggest the t-test. And if it is difference between among groups, among the undergraduates, what it is? One way and over. Likewise, it may based on the given question. So therefore, based on the given impact, given the data it is regarding the impacts, therefore, suggest it as a regression analysis. For this one, what you need to refer? To identify the analysis technique question, what you need to refer? Today we discussed that mapping. The SCR test, one way and one, two way and one, multiple regression, linear regression. You need to refer that one and count. Yeah. I'm giving the links. If you want, you can write it down. So then, last one, the point A, which carries the 4 marks, right? 4 marks. So then, identify the, yes, you need to identify the suggestions, right? Few suggestions. So that is entirely based on your justification, right? So what may be the suggestion for this sort of analysis? So since they are focusing on the government universities, you can suggest the researcher to expand this research to the non-state universities as well, or else the non-government private universities as well. So that means you need to identify, if we ask about the suggestions, how you can make suggestions by changing the population. That's the one. Right? The other aspect is how you can enter new into the existing research by changing the variables. Right? So you can ask the researcher to change the variables, include the variables, mediators, moderators, and likewise, but you need to provide the names of that variables. Otherwise, if you generally write it down as the include a moderator, we can't run with the mark. Therefore, specifically regarding this kind of a research, they can include some moderators. Moderators. This relationship may be moderated by income level of the individuals. So if they have the undergraduate may have the income level. So based on that income level, based on their family background, what may be is financial digital financial literacy, and maybe the other one investment choices may be different. So therefore you can suggest it. From my end, I suggest it. So they include the moderator variable, their education level, or else their background, family background, and their income level. So that is up to you. You can suggest some points, but you need to give it is a 4 marks. It has asked two suggestions, you need to give that list. You otherwise you won't be get the marks for that. Right. Okay. So any questions from the question number 1? I discussed it, but it is a compulsory question. Any questions? Right. Okay. Question number 2, if you want to write it down. Question number 2 is from the introduction lesson, and then problem statement, and then the developing the objectives. Introduction, developing the objectives, and problem statement lesson. Question number 2. Right? You can identify those things when you are in the past statement. Right? Same flow is there. I'm not going to change it. Research problem, questions and objectives, and the other one, introduction. Question number 2. Question number 3, that is from the literature review. Literature review. This is where I have already checked reference in science, citations, and then the objectivism and subjectivism, which is relevant for the first lesson class part. Right. Then we will review how to write the review chapter for the 7 parts. Question number 4, that is from the conceptualization and operationalization. Question number 4, conceptualization and operationalization. In that also, you may be given the practical context, right? Empirical evidence, it may be sometimes the graphical illustration, figure, conceptual framework, sometimes it may be some papers, we have given you the abstract, the small abstract, right? Based on that given data, you need to develop the hypotheses, and then measurement scales, and then if it is the A part, you have to draw the conceptual framework as well. Here this is a given conceptual framework, so therefore I ask you to name the variables. Smarts, you always are giving the identification of variables. So there may be some mediators, so there may be some moderators. Likewise, I need to specially highlight this question. So we will see here first question. Identify the type of variable, so that's the one part, and the other one, names of the variables. So therefore, if you are writing it as an independent variable, is here what is the independent variable? CEO duality. You write it as an independent variable, CEO duality. How many marks you will get? 2 marks. First one, independent variable, the other one, naming it as a CEO duality. So that is why here mentioned it as a type of variable, type is independent, name is the CEO duality, right? So then the other one, market competition, what it is? That is a moderator. So therefore, second one, moderator variable, market competition. For the moderator variable, I am giving a 1 mark. For the naming it, market competition, I am giving another mark. Likewise, even it has a even here we offer 6 marks, you have the chance to earn how many marks? 8 marks. For 8 marks, you are getting the 6 marks. I have not give one and forget to make the and therefore, if I identify, you need to read the questions very carefully. Again, this part, this question includes 2 components. So therefore, don't write it as CEO duality, market competition, and the other dependent variable. Okay. Research topic, you have the chance to develop research topic again. Please go through the hypothesis development At each and every point, we are going to test the hypothesis development as well. Based on this relationship, I asked you to develop the hypothesis. So then we discussing today, you can write the 5 hypotheses. Right. Question number 5 is regarding the today's lesson, data analysis. Data analysis, it includes both quantitative and qualitative data analysis. Quantitative and qualitative data analysis. See here, today we describe what kind of recommendation. So therefore, recommendation is based on the hypothesis you have been offered 5 marks for that topic. Question number 6. It's from the sampling, it's from sampling, data collection methods, and then some part of the research methodology as well. Sampling, data collection, research methodologies. That means data strategies and writings. There is sometimes I'm dividing this question number 6 into 2 questions. So I'm taking data collection and the data collection and sampling as the one and the methodology as the another question as well. Therefore, there is a possibility of doing that one as well. Private question of some lot of question sometimes we have then we have a research. Some question we could change sampling, research design, some data collection, research needed. Each and every question carries 20 marks. 20 marks. Right. Okay. Regarding the marking scheme, question number 2, right? Question number 2, section number 1. So I have allocated the marks. I have given you the mark allocation here. If you are writing an excellent answer on the discussion of the research in the conducting academic as well as the professional candidates, you will be given 10 marks. Excellent in the sense you need to cover all the things. Right? If it is a fair one, you will be getting 9 into 7 marks. And then if it is average discussion becomes, if I ask you to give the examples, right? You include the examples, but you discuss it. So then you will be getting 64 marks. If it is a question carries 10 marks, but you will need as a 2-3 sentences or 5-6 sentences without any purpose. We will be offering you the 3 into 1 mark, if there is a answer. 0 marks. And if I ask you to explain me, you have to give the examples and explain those. So therefore, it which then carry down the 9 into 7 marks. If you have an entire answer, I will give the 10 marks for you. Right, so therefore, it is the allocation for marks for each and every section. Expected answers also given here. Right, expected answers also mentioned here. So this is my scheme. So you can refer it also. You can take the expected answer based on so expected answers are based on my perception. So there may be some regarding the discussion. So there may be some sort of differences from your mind. Right? Again, as what if I ask you to justify, right? Will you agree with this statement? You have to write that first, yes or no. So for that one, I am offering the marks. 2 marks. So then, for the justification, I will take the remaining marks. All things will be included in the marking scheme. You can go to the marking scheme and you can refer it as a reference material for your measurement, for your methodologies. Okay, do you have any questions from the research methodology subject? We will be reading it the next week as well for the presentation. And your part of this presentation, I already uploaded it in the LMS. You need to come up with the presentation, you make the 3 hours period, I'm taking a recommendation and marking it before your proposal. You need to do it, otherwise you are not eligible for the research proposal. You just part of these students and if you don't have the presentation, you confidently come and you explain what you are going to do. That's it. But you have you make out with at least one presentation slide, you present the research topic and then explain. That's also it. 5 minutes presentation. Any questions? Yes. We have 3 minutes left. Yes. Can you write a small comment and give it to me for the requirement of the research methodology? Please give it to me. A small comment regarding the research methodology and my what I need to about it, I guess you can comment on me. I will see information. So they are quite they know that recommendation from the